Today is the 5th of August 2011, and it happens to be a Friday. What does this mean? It means wrap-up time. It also means it's the end of the week and a bunch of new juicy releases to chew on, but we'll get to that in a moment. First up, I hope you enjoyed last week's extended edition. Each week the news can be a little thin, at least the news that's interesting, and I had hoped for an even longer episode, but sometimes you have to work with what you're given. Speaking of work, I'm stuck with my head buried in a Final Fantasy Tactics review, so let's move right along. Last week we mentioned that the classic turn-based RPG Final Fantasy Tactics had been submitted for approval, and as such it probably didn't have long before it was released out into the wild. Unless you've been living under a rock, that time has come and passed, and now you can pick it up on the App Store, albeit for a cool $15.99 US. While not a bad price for a premium title, it should be said that the game costs considerably less to purchase on the PSN store, so if you own a PSP, you may consider saving your pennies by keeping away from the App Store. Speculation earlier this week had people wondering if a sequel to the popular title Cut the Rope was on the way, with little more than a few hints like a new App Store icon featuring two ropes being cut helping to fuel the rumours. As it turns out, there was indeed a standalone game on the way, with Zeptolab pumping out Cut the Rope experiments earlier this week. Outside of adding new gameplay elements and 75 levels, a new character dubbed the Professor has joined the series, along with teasers of a comic book explaining Om Nom's past. It seems that the Australian-based developer Firemint can't hold back their excitement over their upcoming title Spy Mouse, and instead of another teaser, they've recently released a trailer showing off some of the gameplay. As you can see, it looks like we're in for another line-drawing title from the creators of Flight Control, but the mix of action and puzzle elements may prove to be the real hook of this cute title. More news to come when it's in our furry paws. Still feeling a bit butthurt about Street Fighter 4 Volt? Don't worry, you're not the only one. And to be fair, being asked to repurchase a game just to pick up multiplayer, in my opinion it should at least be an in-app purchase for the original, is a bit unfair. While not admitting any fault, Capcom have at least dropped the price of Volt until the 8th of August to $4.99 US. But more importantly, those who own the game can now play as Sakura and Makoto. In addition to these new characters, the multiplayer has been tweaked to punish leavers via penalties that range from points lost to limiting the amount of online games you can play. While all of this may not convince those who feel slighted, it may still give pause to those keen on playing Street Fighter 4 online during their lunch break. When it comes down to it, you can keep your fruit slicing and dicing. I'm all about Barry's steak fries. After Half-Brick's release of Monster Dash and Age of Zombies, the one thing that stuck in my mind was the ability to demolish enemies by floating on a jet of bullets. Gun Jetpack turns a simple power-up into a full-fledged game, along with a bunch of other methods of locomotion, and it's safe to say I may need to pass this review on to Dave just to save myself from a bit of bias. Keep an eye on the developer's YouTube channel for more updates. Lastly, how about a bit of eye candy? Weighing in at only 31.2 megabytes, Unity has released a small tech demo for their latest development software for iOS in the form of Angry Bots. Despite its diminutive size, the demo packs some rather spicy visuals and slick audio effects to show off just what we might be able to expect from developers in the future. On a side note, if you want to amuse yourself for a few minutes, check out some of the comments on the App Store. And that's all for this week's wrap-up. I'm still curious to see if people are interested in the mini-review segment in the wrap-up or as a separate feature piece. So if you enjoyed the addition in last week's video, let us know by dropping a comment on our website or on YouTube. As always, AppSpy couldn't exist without our awesome viewers. So help us to spread the word by liking, subscribing, and pimping us out on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, or wherever else your daily interneting may take you. This has been Andrew with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.